Howdy tankers, and welcome back to the Asia server for week 3 of Supremacy. Yes, the action, high drama and intrigue continued in this week, including what would appear to be a return to 2015's terrible ping here in Australia. I do apologise for the choppiness of the gameplay shot from my perspective in this week's episode. We had a good spread of the refs this week, 21 active games. Snake Eyes, Brennan and Pimp were back to help out. Thank you very much for them. We had 28 new names added to the leaderboard, which is now 127 names long. 23 players able to get scores in multiple weeks, and 8 players able to get scores in all 3 weeks so far. Now, Pimp wasn't able to do any recording in week 3, but we are lucky enough to have gameplay shot from the Limpe's perspective in his E50. Thank you very much to him for his gameplay, and I think you'll find the footage shot from 2 different angles in this week's episode to be quite interesting. So let's get straight into it. The first game of week 3, which was on Hemelsdorf in my IS-7. A nice even lineup in this Hemelsdorf encounter battle. 6 tier 10s on each team and 1 tier 9 with Manlebit and Strangely Brown in the rest tier 1s. Starting from the southern side, Limpy in his E50. I'm pretty sure this is the only tier 10 he owns, as he played every match of week 3 in this machine. Quite well too, I might add. With our heavy tanks, we are going to bust straight down the eastern north-south road. And if we look at Limpy, it looks like their meds are going to support the heavies, so we could be at a disadvantage here. Now, this was the first game I played in patch 2.6, which had only just dropped like an hour or two before week 3 was due to start. I'd only just been able to update in time and jump into this first game. So this first shot, I was just hoping to clear the soft cover in front of Butch up the back there in the IS-4. But of course, patch 2.6 features the new penetration mechanics, so this shot goes through the wall. No hit point damage, but damage his track. Don't be fooled though, I spent this entire tournament, this entire week, hiding behind soft cover that I assumed at the time was going to protect me. I completely forgot about the new mechanics. So there's an interesting portion of the map, this, in Hemelsdorf. Lots of little nooks to duck in and out of as you try and advance towards the Reds. On Limpy's side, you can see he's holding off Carvin Marvin and Pratap H in the Russian mediums. At least on the back foot until this E100 rocks up and then chases them into the middle of the map, which is not good for our guys. They are going to be under fire from multiple angles now. That center portion of the map, really not a safe place to be if your enemy holds multiple positions on that surrounding road. And those 2 meds we can see are in trouble already. They are backed into a corner. Danger Rucks are just fired there, so I used that opportunity to move to the next bit of hard cover. Side scrape out from this building, but Russian accuracy shafts me there, and my side scraping wasn't as good as I thought it was going to be. So I leave him for the time being. He's too tough a customer, and I hope to help out Pratap H, who is the only medium we've got left out here now. He is pinned like a rat in a corner. Limpy though uses the opportunity to poke out and tap him. Look out, I'm in all sorts of trouble now. Minamera has charged through and he's in behind me, and now I've got 3 guns facing me. I've got no chance here but to back away, keeping my armor faced towards as many targets as possible. And under the assault of 3 guns, it does fairly well. I'm able to back out with 700 points remaining, but Minamera's on the heat rounds, keeping the pressure on. And the rest of my team have gone chasing one lone heavy, which means there's no one to prevent Josh from poking out there and planting a shot into my big Russian ass. Now the scores are reasonably even. We've got some heavies with plenty of hit points left, but it's all about to go south very fast here. Maddox makes an error here. He targets Josh. You can't really blame him. He targets Josh, takes the kill, but had that have been the E100 he targeted, he wouldn't have taken that 600 damage shot. And he may have just been able to pull this one off. It's okay though. Leave it's putting up a good fight, taking down the enemy E100. But Minamera is in behind him, and just like that, it is going to be game over. That was a tough one, but well played, guys. No idea what I need to do to get that Supersonic award, but it's netted me 12k credits, so I won't complain. Moving now to the post-battle results, Maddox and I Am Sam Rock got the top points for my team, with Strangely Brown in his ST1 having a fantastic game in his Tier 9 heavy tank, and the Limp Bear coming out on top and being awarded the points for round 1 of week 3. Now, while the final results have shown that we lost this by 3 tanks, you could see just how even the spread of damage is across this game, which is why I was really happy, even though this was a defeat in this match. You really had to work hard if you were on the Reds team to get in the points there. Minamera had 2.5k damage and 1000 XP and still didn't manage to record a score for this game. Russian accuracy there, 6 penetrating shots from 9 fired in this 2-minute 39 game, and a loss of 6,000 credits. Looking at the damage leaderboard for week 3 Supremacy, we can see that Strangely Brown, Furious Fur, and Danger Arcs have had great weeks, jumping onto the top 10 board. But Carvin Marvin was unable to repeat his amazing second round performance, recording no scores in week 3 and dropping 4 positions to 7th. Now, I Am Sam Rock had a good week, but was unable to hold off Maddox, who had an amazing week, one of only 3 players who managed to score over 10k damage in week 3 Supremacy. He's jumped 12 positions from 17th to 5th, knocking I Am Sam Rock down to 6th. Aegon and Hoodie had great weeks. They are sitting high on the board, but the drama is at the top, as Minamera has been knocked off by Chapo, who had the highest damage week in Supremacy to date. 16,332 is a great result. What is his secret? It's the FV183, and if you are looking for a high alpha damage tier 10 tank destroyer for future clan wars, you would do well to start researching this line, because it seems to be doing quite well. I don't have it. I've only got the Yagpans at E100, and it is not well suited to this kind of type of game. Let me show you what I mean. So we're back on Hemelsdorf once again. Another even looking lineup. Chapo's here in the Death Star. Malevit's back in his ST1, and I'm now teamed up with Pock in his FV4202. This was the 6th game of the session, and the games had all been going pretty well. I was getting some great matches. I was actually starting to record some decent scores for once, and I was feeling a bit cocky, so I thought, you know, I'll take out the Yaguru. It doesn't get much of a run in my garage these days, and for a pretty good reason. It is a limited vehicle. It's so limited in what it can do. But yeah, I was feeling a bit cocky, so here we go. We'll run it. Why not? I need to get some Yaguru action on the channel every now and again. And boy, did I regret it. So there is the star of this show. Respect Quickie Baby from the Seals clan in his Object 140. He's taking a beating at the moment, but he is about to pull back and reposition, take stock, and it's going to pay off for him. So I was thinking I was going to sit behind my team and snipe, and perhaps that would have been the best option for me. In fact, it definitely would have been the best option for me. Somewhere back where Chapo is in the Object 704, supporting the team, but we didn't know where the rest of the team was. Perhaps they've got some heavy tanks rolling down the eastern north-south road. So that's where I was going to position myself and look for opportunities. But here is Respect Quickie Baby. And this guy hadn't really featured on my radar up until this game. But he is quite a good player. He is definitely a reroll account. A win rate higher than my own. And he's not bad in the Object 140. And here is a mistake. I am now flanking in a Yagpan 100. And he has anticipated that I might do this, and he's got the high ground. My first snapshot, of course, plows into the brickwork in front of him, and he's detracked me once, so he's my first repair kit. Swap to HE. Tracked again, another repair. Snapshot, of course. If you've got a high alpha damage gun, they make you pay for that high alpha damage by giving the gun shit gun handling. So of course that missed. And he's pumping the heat rounds in now through, looks like my roof. Yep. So there is 900 damage for none return. He backs away because he's in a much faster tank, and the Jaeger is so slow and crap. that by the time I come around the corner, he's miles away. But I've got my eye on him. I know he's probably not finished with me, so I keep an eye on him, but I leave it too late. It's not till I get to here where I go, fuck, I'm going to have to turn around. And you think the Jaegeru could turn around in time. And how is this guy's luck? I know he's aiming for my tracks, so let's not take anything away from him. But there is one tracking shot. I pull back just in time to deflect the second shot. And I destroy the wall when I should have given myself more time to turn. He tracks me again. Finally, I get a bit of luck. He crashes into a wall. I get one shot into him. And my repair is wasted. And before I can pull back, I'm tracked again. And that's the only opportunity he needs. Track again. And even though I'm running toolbox and the highest possible repair skill, track again. You just cannot outplay what is a hugely superior machine driven by a very competent player. And that was absolutely painful to watch. It was absolutely painful to play. It was absolutely painful to watch again. Oh, the Jaegeru. Don't bother with it. It's terrible. Very sorry, Leave it. He comes out on top of this game. Tier 9. Oh dear, oh dear. Well played, Reds. And Quickie Baby and Leave it. So, no awards for that match. I definitely did not deserve an award for that match. But Believe It did, having a fantastic game in his ST1. He does at least get a good damage result from that loss. And Himli Sniper gets the points on my team. Roots, Respect, Quickie Baby, and Vietvoki on the Reds team come away with the points in that game. The big movers and shakers on the kills board were Dangerux, Aegon, and Maddox, who've managed to muscle their way into the middle of the top 10 and position themselves to be in contention for silver or bronze. But at the top and extending his lead is Chapo once again, who scored the highest amount of kills in week 3 of 9, and has extended his lead over second place Minamera by 8 kills. A fantastic result. And finally, on the XP leaderboard, we can see that whilst Aegon and Maddox had great weeks, moving up to 4th and 5th positions respectively, the highest XP earner for week 3 and extending his lead over yet another category is Chapo. It would appear that Supremacy is in full effect, people, and with only 1 week left in this 4-week competition, can anyone stop him from walking away with all 3 of the top prizes? Minamera would be closer, except he had some tough games in week 3, including this round 7 result. So round 7, last round of the session of week 3 Supremacy. I'm in the IS-7 and I'm with Pock, who joined me from game 2 onwards for week 3. He's in the T110E4, the tier 10 turreted tank destroyer, and the map is Castilla, starting on the south side. Seeing as we're all facing this direction, we will probably... yeah, let's go to the windmill. So, when this game was playing out, I didn't even recognise Minamera was on the Reds team. I didn't realise he was there until the week was done, and it was the weekend, and I was tallying up all the stats into my charts, and I saw it. Minamera, 0 damage, bottom score almost. What the hell happened? I didn't even see him there. Had to go back into the replay and see for myself, and well, let's just see what happens. Moved into the riverbed. Little forward spotting, side scraping, hold down combo position. It's good for the IS-7 as long as no one can fire down on you from the windmill hill, which that T-54 will struggle to do. Trading shots with tier 8s. It's kind of easy game. There's Minamera. He's just popped up on the left. I hadn't noticed during this game, but that's where he was. What happened to him, I wonder? One shot on the IS-8 as he crosses through on the open. And now look to the hill. What's this T-54 doing? Is he paying attention? But it's about to go south for Minamera very quickly. In fact, right now as we pull out... Ooh, that's gonna leave a scratch. Pock from downtown in the E4, shutting him down, the poor guy. There is a lot to be said for taking wet ammo racks in your high tier Soviet vehicles. it kind of prevents that from time to time. Oh, IS-8, what are you doing up there? This was the only game of the entire session where it just felt like a random pub match. This red team never really got into a good position to hold us off. They were derping around a bit. Their tier 8s were a bit overmatched, it seemed. Gerald's had a good week up the back there in the IS-7, but there really isn't much he can do. He's on a sustained fire from a lot of tanks. As we push forward, try and get the back of this T-34, who's probably pretty busy with his front. One shot on him, he's pivoting around. Bounce off my turret. And looks like I'll get this one. Yep, second kill. Pox on 3, Maddox on 1. Gerald's not happy, but there wasn't much he could do, really. We are pouring over the hill looking for the last T-54, but I think he is looking for a deep section of water to drown himself in. Yep. Had enough. Steel Wall and BIA for that game, but Pock was the star of the show with 5k damage and 3 kills. Nice result, with Maddox picking up the lion's share of the points for that game. But let's move on now to one final battle here on Dead Rail. It's another dual perspective game. The Limpe is back in the E50, and I am rocking the IS-4 with Pock in the T110 E5. Rolling forward, we're all going to push towards the hill on the right flank. Limpy charges forward, and Pock is running towards the low ground. Aegon in the STB, looking to work the ridgeline. Limpy charges ahead, is going to run straight into Putsch in his IS-4. There we go, they trade blows. Limpy comes out second best. And I move to the left to set up in a defensive position behind some soft cover that I thought at the time was better cover than it actually is in patch 2.6. Limpy weighing up the situation here. He's spotted and is about to take a hit from the left. There we go, someone is on the hill. Swapping back to me now. I'd heard the shot go in, not too sure who it hit. Limpy straight on the chat telling me that someone is up there in the hill. Chapo's on the ball too, you can see him tucked up the back behind that rock in the Death Star. Here we go, it's Pimp the Dirty Dog. That shot connects, but bounces off his side armor. Limpy flanks to the right and rear, but really isn't much he can do there. The guys on the hill are tucked in pretty tight, and there's a couple of Russian heavies here. Lucky to bounce a shot there from Putsch off his turret. No option there for him, so he's going to come back. I am just derping about, looking for opportunities here. No shot on anyone, no reliable shot on anyone, so I'm pushing back. If the Reds have got 2 guys on hill, separated, even though they're in a strong position up there on the hill, they are separated from the rest of their team, and I can tell that these guys on the right flank are isolated, and I don't know, I'm dancing back and forth, indecisive. I almost called an attack there, it's the right thing to do. We've got more numbers out this way, but then I see this IS-8 behind me, so I flank back around and deal with this guy pretty quick. He just took a massive hit there from Chapo. And Aegon will get this kill, I believe. Yes, in STB1. Now, what's Limpy doing? He is dived all the way in the low ground. Looks like they've got a T110, E5 and ST1. We'll leave it up the back there. Whack! And that is this flank done. He calls an attack. It's the right thing to do. Pock's there in the E5. And I am holding off no one, so I'm going to turn around here and help them deal with Minamera in the T62A and Malevit in his ST1. We should have done this earlier, but we've still got plenty of time here. The Reds are split too far apart from each other to help each other effectively here. Back to Limpy now, he gets one shot in as Minamera cruises past, and he's on the run, but he's not going to get away without taking a few more. I get one through his engine deck. Limpy is hot on his heels, and I turn back around to deal with Pimp Daddy, who is coming down off the hill finally to try and help his beleaguered team. Limper with the kill, takes one in the rear from Pimp, that would have been. And watch Believe It put up a fight here in his tier 9. He's just about to take out Pock in the T110E5. Nicely done. And now he turns around to deal with Limpe, who is on purposely low health. It takes 2 tier 10s and 2 tier 9s to shut down Believe It. Fantastic effort from him. Now back to me. Pushing into Cap to try and deal with the rest of the Reds. Pimp Daddy though, he knows my tricks. As I try and sneak a shot in through the buildings here. Ouch! No luck. On the opposite side of the map, Aegon surveys the situation, getting a good hit on Josh 8. But Chapo is now rolling in the Death Star. He's seen the opportunity to pull off his signature move. One that's earned him the nickname the Butt Pirate. Watch out, Putsch! All hands to the poop deck. Pimp Daddy charges in, try and deal with the scurvy dog, but he's got adrenaline on, and this thing reloads surprisingly fast for such a high alpha damage gun. Boom! And that means all there's left to do is for me to roll in and ninja this kill on Josh for a win for our team. Nice. Third class for that game, points going to Aegon 5 in the STB1 and Chapo in the Death Star, with Minamera and Believe It putting up a good fight for the Reds. 10 shots fired, 7 pens, 19,800 credits, and 3.5k XP. And that's all the action for week 3, guys. Thanks for watching. Be sure to tune in to the final episode, week 4. Coming up soon, where I show off the best game I had in the Supremacy II series and announce, of course, the winners and the prize winners. Even they don't know it themselves at the moment. We're all holding out for the final video. So thank you once again for watching, and I will see you all soon on the next one. Peace.